Hello and welcome to another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about why you, dear viewer, are so lucky to know English or to have been taught English as your first language. Because I would hopefully rightly presume that you can speak and listen to English as I'm speaking English. So if you can't, I'm not really sure why you're watching this. But anyway, English is such a good language, and yes, I am biased because I'm biased. There you go. English, such a good language. I know I'm biased. Anyway, the point is that English, by fact, is the most spoken language in the world. On planet Earth, there are 1.121 billion speakers of the Queen's English. And that is quite a lovely fact if you, like me, speak English. And I think there's quite a bit of luck to this. Not to the fact that 1.12 billion people speak it, I think to the fact that you, viewer, know it. By the fact that for some reason you were born in an English-speaking country, Australia, New Zealand, UK, of course, Canada. There's a bit of French in Canada, but, Canada, US, hopefully you weren't born there, but anyway, all those countries, lovely English speakers. And I think there's not, at the current moment in time, there's not another language that is so useful to you. There really isn't. So many people speak, Chinese, how many is, Chinese or Mandarin, I'm sure there's many different dialects within China, but Mandarin, I think, is the biggest of those dialects, or maybe there's a few other minor dialects, or Chinese just as a, I don't know, anyway. The language Mandarin has 1.7... No, that would be more than... No, it is... Hold on. I have my facts here, actually. 1.107 Chinese Mandarin speakers. English way surpasses that. And after that list, it goes on to Hindi, then Spanish, then French, which is quite amazing. I thought French would be more popular than Spanish, but about 500 million French speakers in the world, or, in Quebec, Central Africa, because they went and colonised the whole bloody place. And then about 600 million, 550, 600 million Spanish speakers, of course in Spain, and then all along Peru, Mexico, Venezuela, Colombia. But Brazil's Portuguese, always remember that. And then Portuguese is like the 10th most spoken, Indonesian's the 9th. But it's just so useful to know English. And the point is that, even when I went to Paris, and I'm sure they're used to lots of tourists, but you go to anywhere in France, and all of the menus, there's all of them, not all of the menus, a lot of the menus in Parisian restaurants, they would have another one in English. Lots of the waiters could speak English. Lots of the normal people walking along the streets could speak English. You go to the UK, any part of the Scotland, on the other hand, if you speak English, I would highly advise you don't go to Scotland, as they can't understand you and you can't understand them. Unless you're a complete nutcase like myself, then please go to Scotland. Anyway, where was I? Yes, if a Frenchman, honestly, that word Frenchman. Anyway, if a French person goes to the UK, he'll be shot. No, sorry. If a French person goes to Britain, he'll be imprisoned. No, if a French person goes to the UK, he will not find a single restaurant, even in the most posh, upper-class, touristy part of London, that has another menu that is in French. It just won't be there. You go to Australia, New Zealand, Canada, USA, or maybe in Louisiana. I'm not sure, probably not. I've never been to the USA, full stop. I might go to Alaska, though. I always like Alaska. Anyway. Yeah, USA, Canada, and if you go to Canadian Quebec, you'd probably find French menus there. Anywhere else in the English-speaking world, there will not be French menus. And of course, the dominant language in France is French. So, and they have English menus. It just helps so much. And it's so, luck of the draw that you're speaking English right now. And I think people don't realise how good it is for you to have the ability to speak English. And sure, 30 years along the track, there's going to be 3 billion Chinese people, and so then there'll be 3 billion Mandarin speakers. But would you rather say, oh yeah, I speak Mandarin, Or would you rather say, I speak the Queen's English?